Good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another live chat session in our Metas Canine Club page. We are basically doing these live chat sessions to help people to understand more about dogs. In the sense of all the chat sessions that you have seen right now till date, we have had people coming and talking about basic things that dog owners want to know. So in that way, we have another interesting topic today, and our guest who's going to talk about this is Dr. Ravi. And as you can see, the scroll that is going at the bottom, it is about native Indian breeds. And this is something that is like an interesting topic to everybody as such. Okay, let me give you a brief bio of Dr. Ravi. Dr. Ravi is basically from agricultural background. He's a doctorate in agriculture. Founder president of the Anamalai Kennel Club and Native Indian Breed. Anamalai Kennel Club is another club that the Metas Canine Club partners to conduct dog shows in Kodaikanal. So yeah, so we have been doing. How many shows we have done? Sir, till now, moon show we have done close to 3 shows, 3 to 4 shows, I think, in Kodai together. So that is something that we do together. He is the owner of Top Slip. He's got the name Top Slip Kennels, which houses more than 55 dogs and a lot of Indian breeds as well in it. He also houses Indian bred cows, sheep, varieties of pigeon, fowl, and Falabella ponies. Welcome, Doctor. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk about this wonderful topic that we have today, native Indian breeds. Because like last session that we had here in our live chat session, it was basically between two of us, me and Jay, and we were talking about the 11th group that the Kennel Club had introduced. Or 2 years back, close to, where they can improve the native Indian breeds. So let me shoot out the first question to you, Doctor. What are the names and types of Indian breeds that are available?
Good evening, Siddharth. It is nice coming to this live chat by Madras Canine Club, and it is really happy that you all are doing a live telecast to improve our people, to give knowledge to our doggy people, everyone. It's very nice.
Thank you so much.
And it's also good I'm coming to explain about the native breeds in India.
Yes, you are one of the persons who are there in regards to native breeds. So yes, sir, please.
Yes. See, regarding native types, breeds we have in South, we can mostly in South India. South, we have Rajapalayams, Kannis, Chippipare, and Kombai. Little above is in northern Karnataka part, we have caravan hound. Karnataka as well as Andhra Pradesh is known for caravan hounds. Little above that, South Maharashtra and North Karnataka is Mudal hounds. Little more, you have Rampur hounds. These 7 breeds are now recognized by our Kennel Club of India, and now it has been in our club, recognized club. And even more, there are some more breeds still existing in our country, like Jonangi. Then we have Himalayan Mastiffs, or they call Indian Mastiffs also.
Indian Mastiffs,
And we have in South, small pockets, we have dogs called Ramnath Mandai dog and etc. There are so many breeds. But the KCA registered so far, we are with 7 breeds. And mostly in South, you find now, these are all mostly sight hounds. Most of them sight hounds, bred by different things. And Rajapalayam is a breed now quite familiar in South India, where it has been improved and the breed has come into very good standards. And after followed by that, Rajapalayam is Chippipare. And we have in South very large numbers of Chippipares, and it has been in various colors are there. Now we have KCA has recognized them in certain. We have made some laws and brought the standards to certain colors. After that, we have another breed called Kombai. Kombai is also you can hound, sight hound, but it is more, or it has also got a character of our terrier groups. In our hound itself, we have small mix of terrier into that. Mediums.
So not all dogs are derivatives or descendant from the caravan or the greyhounds or the falukis.
There are. I'll come later to that. I'm now just on the breeds. So this is Bombay. It's a medium, small made dog, around 21 to 22 inches, broad, good bones, short in size, heavier in body, and it is also a hound, but it cannot be. It won't be mostly for the hunting. They don't use it for herding animal, like small herding dogs.
Oh,
And we
okay.
go to north is like caravans, beautiful dogs, and again Mudal hounds, one of the largest, tallest breed in our country is Mudal hounds. And
Oh,
you
okay.
find it is a plenty. Mudal hounds are bred and it is in good in standard and large. Now in KCA, I think we have one of the largest KCA registered dogs in Indian breed should be Mudal hounds.
Mudalons.
There's been, yes, and in those days, Karnataka government has supported them to breed and develop that breed also in
Okay.
past 5 years before itself.
Yeah,
And
I
you
know. I
go
mean,
to,
even in our FCI show a long time back, I think the Chennai FCI show, we brought the Mudal hounds and to from Karnataka
yes,
to be shown in Chennai, so that people, I mean, the foreign judges who came there, they were able to see an Indian breed like a Mudal hound and a Rajapalyam as such. I remember
and they
doing it in our
work
first FCI show.
their dogs, and it has been promoted in the government. Karnataka government supported those breeders, and it has developed very well. And you go a little more further in Allahabad and that region is Rampur hounds. They're also
Okay.
quite huge breeds, having around 29 inches tall, and it's a good breed. It's also used for in the northern night huntings. And
Oh,
above our this Indian breeds, the tallest will be our Mudal hounds.
Mudal
Mudal
hounds.
hounds. Yes.
Okay.
This
இப்போ
will
வந்து
be
so do all Indian breeds just little short of Maharashtra, or do you go up north like in the Indian like our Indian Mastiff? Do we have any other
yes,
breeds which is up north apart from the Indian Mastiff as such?
yes. See, these, if you go into the ancient histories, you will find it comes, it has been bred, been brought by certain people, some rulers of those days, and it has come to the history is back a long way, very big history we have for each breed also. But now these breeds are restricted to certain states and districts of that states. And you
Okay.
go extreme north, we don't have much of a recognized Indian breed so far.
Oh, okay.
And
So these
again, say,
seven breeds that you listed are basically the ones that are recognized by the Kennel Club at the moment.
by the Kennel Club. And lately, now this Kanni dog, Kanni breed was lately, 1 year before it was recognized by KC as a separate breed. It was previously with Chippy-Parai. This breed was along with Chippy-Parai. And now, lately, a year before, it was separated and it was bought.
The separation is due to the colors, if am
Yes,
I
exactly
right?
regarding that. This is how that breed was. Because it is believed Kanni was the ancient breed of Tamil Nadu, based on color, and we have histories from the senior, more than 70 years old, 80 years senior breeders from deep south. When we had a study with the ancient breeders, not the what we don't know, they're all very seniors, around 70 to 80 years old. We took a study with more than 10 people and found the name Kanni is a Tamil name and it is an origin name. The Chippy was brought later, this name was, different colors were introduced. So the Kanni name itself, it derives, says Kanni, Tamil word is a color, black and tan, is called Kanni Nai, where they say Kanni dog, because they have this word is used not only for dogs, even they have sheeps, Kanni sheeps, Kanni model.
Okay.
So
Kanni model,
name
okay.
has come for that basic black and tan color.
Oh,
So
okay.
what we thought, this Kanni was the ancient breed of Tamil Nadu. So we thought of separating the Kennel Club store and we decided to bring that special breed, the ancient breed, as Kanni separately. But Kanni and Chippy are cousins. You can say they're cousins.
Okay, that's nice. That's a nice way to put it. Okay, as you said, some of these dogs are descendant of sighthounds. Right? So, does all Indian breeds? I mean, are they all descendants of sighthounds? Because you just told us that the other one is also got some terrier mixed to it as well. So, how is it? Does it any other breed apart from sighthounds are mixed into our Indian breeds from the traditional ancient days?
Yes, there are still history saying. See these Mudal hounds. They were once when our senior rulers, the greyhounds came to north western states rulers. They brought they call it racing greyhounds nowadays in Punjab area. These are the original greyhounds by them. When it was brought, our Indian people they mixed their dogs with the huge greyhounds for their own purpose for hunting. In those days for hunting and everything. So it was a mixture that it's believed our Mudal hounds had a mixed with our greyhounds.
Okay.
So it says, and it is through the Mughals when they ruled. The history says it was when the Mughals ruled, they did this one. And again, we go south, we see Chippy Parings, where the Kanni was. When some rulers came south, deep south for ruling, they brought these caravans from north to south. And when these purebred dogs came here, our local people were all the villagers, they have their breed called Kanni, with various Kanni colors. They used these, our Kannis and other dogs, they mixed those caravans to get different type of, according to their standard for huntings.
Okay.
So, mostly they believe Chippy Parais all developed in that other various colors. Came after Kanni, these various colors came from our caravan hogs.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So,
and again, what we have and what we still say, practically we can say, they say, people are saying Ramnad Monday dog. The people want to, which is found in east of Tamil Nadu. Yes, that is a dog. Even we owned lots of dogs in those days when it was practically for wild boar hunting the used. See, our dogs were these Kannis, Chippy Parais, caravan, their head is slightly very soft, they're not having a broad head. So they used to make our Bombay dogs, which are stout, heavy, good bone, big head, into Chippy and got a breed called Ramnad Monday dog. And these dogs are mostly used for boar hunting. So it is like how they mix them. Yes.
So yes, so predominantly what you're trying to say is predominantly most of our Indian breeds are of the sighthound origin.
Yes, sure. Except for one breed is what we can say history says in Bombay. We can't say 100% it's sighthound. We have a terrier breed into it also.
Okay. Off the topic, there's another breed which is also called Bully Kutta, if I'm pronouncing it right. Because I had a gentleman in one of the shows coming up and talking to me about the breed. Where is that found and how many of the dogs are there?
Yeah, Bully Kutta. See, the Bully Kutta again is a controversy. Whether it is our northwestern, region of this thing like Punjab and bordering Pakistan. Usually we find these dogs in the border of Pakistani border. It is in either the other side and in Punjab you have a lot of dogs. But in Tamil Nadu also, in those days, we have some long history saying it's found in, again, eastern side of Madurai side also, they had some Bully Kuttas in those days.
Okay.
I mean, we have that strain. This Ramnad Monday dog has a strain of that also.
Oh, okay.
Huge. We are still not through whether it is from northwestern of our country or a Pakistani dog.
Oh, okay. So, but there are
nowadays available in our northwestern states.
Northwestern states. Okay. Moving on to the characters of these dogs, do all Indian breeds have the same set of character features or something like that, or do they differ from one dog to the other?
Of course, there are few breeds which differs. What we say is like Mudal hounds, Caravan, Chippy Parais, and Kanni and Rampur. These five breeds especially, they are tall and they have almost similar characters. They're used for similar hunting types. They're used for small games, which they can have a long on leg. They're long on leg, tall on sides, and the stop for theirs very minimum. When they can fly, go fast, the stop will not break. The air will just go off. The ears are so back. It is flying ears. It will go straight to the back, and it will not obstruct the wind at all. So these characters. Five breeds, you will see almost the head size will be the same, differing according to the breed. Then you go to Rajapalayam, it's totally different.
That's true.
You can't say broad head, its top is more, little more the thing. We have a button ear in it, not only the flying ears, button ear, falling frame, beautifully. And this was also sight on, but the character is totally different. It is more domesticable, it is more than hunting, you can say it's a beautiful watchdog in your home. And it sticks on to your people very well, behaves very well with the children, and it is more domesticated than those hounds you can keep as a guard dogs. Very well you can keep them as a guard dogs. Again, going back to Bombay. Bombay is also a small dog with big, huge head, broad head, good jaws, right? And you can't use the dog immediately for big hunting or maybe very small fowl hunting. So these dogs were also used for guard dogs for us. And
Guarding
not
of.
only that, guard dogs for the herding animals also, animals and birds
Oh,
also.
okay.
And you know, another thing, out of these 7 breeds, there is another breed which still not we are not recognizing, Jonangi. They have a history in that is from the north eastern Andhra Pradesh. Northeastern districts are not saying. And there's a familiar, these were since hairless dogs, it is totally the hair smooth coated hairless dog. And it was mainly used for they are also side comes under maybe it can come inside out, but it is used for herding ducks. All those days the duck herding people used to travel from place to place with a herd of ducks where it used to be good guard up for that. So the character, the other 5 are different, these 3 will be different. The character differs, and mostly we use Rajapalayam and Bombay for more guarding than others.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, sir. What are the common problems that you see with being Indian breeds? As such? Is there any standard common problems that you see with all the dogs, or how is it? Because one problem that I have seen with dogs in the dog show with our Indian breeds, they are very shy, and they seem to be having that socializing factor takes a really long time for the Indian breed. So, what like that? How? What are the other problems that you face with Indian breeds? Sir?
Yes, I'll come to that. See, since they are sight hounds and you can know, as you know, these last 5 years, 4 to 5 years only, these our sight hounds are coming into our show in a large number. Before it was very few people, very rarely we used to get maybe when we did not have a group 11, when it was with 10, maybe 2 or 3 dogs we'll get in a show. Now we have a different group for 11. Our KC has developed to promote our breed and they brought us a group 11 for only our native breeds. After and as it started developing, we are having a lot. This is the main reason this common problem is shyness. You talk about the shyness. Shyness is these dogs are mainly sight-hounds and still date they were used only with the local villagers, local remote villages they were seeing, and they was not domesticated or they're not brought into proper cities. They're shy due to that reason. So if you take even those dogs from younger puppies and train them very well, you keep them very like any other dog, they will also the shyness will surely will go change. And we see nowadays so many Rajabalayams are coming well, the caravans are coming, they are behaving very well. They're shown by people, very good showing has been done by the handlers also. So it's mainly by the training ourselves and socializing with people. That's the main thing. Since they're bringing straight from the villages that they are shy. This is one of the common things. Then again, common problems, as you see, medicated problems, as you can see, mostly will not find in any of the other house. But Rajapalayam, since it is a white pigmentation, it's an albino.
Okay.
So the common problem we find is the skin infection is very common in that. Especially the summer comes, you have a skin infection in summers because of the pigmentation, very light pigmentation of the body, they get very easily affected. And we find a common problem in Rajapalayam is deafness. Deafness is very common. It was due to because of a long inbreeding without.
Even they go blind. I heard that even
I'm coming to that point also. This is a common thing where we have longly setting because one thing is also inbreeding of so many years of inbreeding is also bringing us deafness. And again, the dilute colors in the eye. You can say sometimes they say silver eye or it's a pale blue eye. There's surely a defect when you have this. Since the albino, if the eye also becomes pale, they automatically they become deaf. So these are these are the character when you select a puppy, you must see if you not breed the puppies of the blue eye or silver eye, you will get more than 50% deafness is there. So the try when you're going to sell, even if you have a good dogs nowadays, we get 5 to 10% deafness. Still, it's coming. We are trying to eradicate, and people have to go with this properly. If you do, we'll stop this. Maybe very less percentage we can bring them.
They can bring them. So these are the problems that are generally widely available with these dogs.
One, the shyness. One in this Rajapalayam.
One in this Rajapalayam. Okay. Okay. There is this thing that says that Dobermans are a one-man dog. I mean, our native Indian breeds also can be called as a one-man dog because I mean I've seen in shows like where the dogs handled by somebody else doesn't really do well inside the ring. I mean, so can you term them also as one-man dogs as such?
No. For this question, nice, but our again I'll come back to these our sight hounds in whatever we have 7 breeds now at present. See, these, as I said, now that the dogs already into shows, you can see them very much domesticated. They have been shown by different handlers, and it's according to our training. It cannot be called as one-man dog. Surely,
Okay.
it is according to our training or our this thing. See, the people now, for example, there are nice dogs caravans. Been there's adult dogs are sold to transferred to one person to another person, and it's been shown by different handlers, and they're well behaved in the shows. Even some Rajapalayam. So you cannot say, but for guarding dogs, when you come into Rajapalayam and Bombay especially, they are very little aggressive dog in our old breeds. They can only in this house we say they can be called as one man dog because when
Okay.
it is mostly they're quite aggressive towards the new people.
Okay. So
Whereas
they
Bombay,
are bred. They are bred for that sole purpose of guarding.
yes, that is the main thing that Bombay dogs are bred for more than for guarding purpose. So they
Guarding.
are can be kept as they in the thing. But Rajapalayam also sometimes, not every dog, less than 30% are coming into that. There is again guard dogs. They become one man dog according to
Okay.
the trade who we keep them. That's all.
So you had said you had talked about the 7 breeds that are available that are recognized by the Kennel Club of India. Out of the 7, what are the 3 most widely found Indian breeds in India right now?
Yes. Nowadays, what we see is the strength. According you can see the Mudal hounds. We have
Okay.
a large number of Mudal hounds being shown very early. Not now. We can say even 10 years before Mudal hounds came into our showgrounds and bred very well by so many breeders, and it has been shown. So Mudal hound, we have a good number. I think one of the largest number of show dogs and the breed by standard is Mudal hounds, and you find plenty and mostly a place called Bagalkot and North Karnataka district. Bagalkot on place is very famous. Hubli is very famous. I've been seeing if you go to that region in shows, you'll find more number of dogs coming into shows compared to that group 11. You will not. You'll feel one of the strong groups in those regions. Only Budalangs. So there are
Okay.
plenty of dogs coming there, and it is doing. Secondly, is now in strength will be Rajapalayam has
Okay.
developed very well, and according to her now, very well. It has come in good strength. I can say even every show we get at least minimum 20 to 25 dogs in South India is being shown by people in a good strength.
Oh,
Thirdly, what we see is caravans. Caravans also is an ancient breed, but I don't know for what reason good number dogs are not coming. It has come because it is much senior to Rajapalayam in the show field. But we find lesser, I don't know what the reason, but very good dogs are there. They are there. So we find these 3 are the main dogs into the shows
oh,
and commonly
nice.
available in good strength.
In good strength, the number of dogs that are available.
Yes.
Uh, Now, the question that I think everybody seems to be asking is in the dog show arena, that is at least, why are Indian breeds still not recognized internationally? Like, in a sense, we have Thailand, Korea have the indigenous breeds already in the world arena. How long is it going to take for us to get our 3 most popular, 3 most widely numbered breeds into the international arena? What is the process? What is the procedure in that? And where are we at this point of time, Doctor?
Nice question, Siddharth. See, we are all the very big thing still happening in our KCI. See, to be frank, last 5 years, before 5 years, we did not have a strength called native breed dogs or native breed. We used to have very few, maybe 2 or 3 dogs in a show in our show career in India. 3 or 4 dogs only you'll find in every show, our native breeds. And 5 years before, we took a pain and started a club called Native Breed Specialty Club. And before that, we went to all the remote places. We started selecting dogs. We gave lot of um, certification free. KCI gave a lot of free certification camp with the microchip free. Everything was done by KCI to promote our native breed by the Kennel Club of India. And the native breed specialty club also went into we never called them, we went into each villages, we announced,
Okay.
we tried to promote. And even people used to think why we are not giving. We did more. Even we see a standard or 50% standard also. If we feel the dog is good for, not for showing, even for breeding, we certified them to bring into that. Now, I think past 5 years, we have certified more than 2,000 dogs in South as well, some in North also. And it's
Okay.
come. And now the strength of our dogs have been ensures in that group 11 is almost 30 to 40 dogs are coming south. In
Yeah,
North
Group
India,
11 is a good initiative that was brought on by the Kennel Club of India.
yes, strong group. And I'm little worried because why in North we are stalled, still North India we are not able to get group 11 stronger.
Okay.
Maybe now only developing. So now we have come into a standard showing of good strength. So the KCA now what we decided in KCA to promote 3 breeds to get into FCA standard. So first we went with Rajapalayam. Now we have gone into Caravan and Mudal also. So the Rajapalayam promotion we started by the native breed people. We all took them. Our club members went into the field. We selected around. We took DNA blood samples of more than 20 males and 30 females separately, and we have sent the blood sample to our to get DNA assisting to Madras veterinary universities. And moreover, we have to have family groups of each thing. We need 8 family groups without
Okay.
mixing with each other. So that process is also going on now. We are doing hard work. In each family group, what the KFCA rule says is there should be 2 male dogs and 6 bitches without interlinked with other groups, such a way. So it's a painful because ours, see, now only we are from unknown pedigree, we have jumped into full papers. If I go to KCA paper, we will find before unknown pedigrees.
Yes,
Not
that's
parents, not registered. So the full paper is just developed after 5 years. So with this, we have to locate so many different family groups, and we are doing good work. And it has gone to KCA has done. And last year in Silicon City Kennel Club, so we had some FCA specialized, FCA committees who organize, who select our for the new
new breed selection into the FCA. Yes.
was there, and we took from South Native Breed Club took 78 Rajapalayam dogs to Bangalore to get showed in front of them, to inspect the breed, to show what is the breed, and we took so many to show them to that particular judge is the committee, selecting committee. So we produced them, and we have taken a good steps are going on, and the KCAs come with all this thing, not only Rajapalayam, now again Caravan and Mudal is also followed by them. Maybe shortly within 1 year or 2 years, we'll get all the FCA standards. Surely we'll do it.
Oh, okay, perfect. So the timeline for getting these breeds into it,
we have a lot of procedures into that.
That's good. Right. There's another growing question. See, after the popularization of the Indian breeds and after introducing something called the Group 11 into the showing standards in India, there are a lot of people in the urban lifestyle who have started buying the native breeds for 2 reasons. One, the love of the breed, and second, to have something different. Are Indian dogs, like in the sense, as you said, all these Caravan hounds, Mudal hounds, Rajapalayam, these are dogs which have got a big gait and they run pretty fast and they need a lot of space for them. Are these dogs actually suitable for an apartment type of a living?
See, you cannot say apartment. Keeping a sight hound in apartment is really not advisable because they need a large area to run away, run and play around. And as a hound, the hound has a character of howling. They don't have a bark more than barking, they have a character of howling. So, the howling will disturb people, next door people, neighbors, and say auspiciously people may not like the howling. So you cannot keep these dogs in a small cage or a small room. They'll howl surely. But now I'm talking about this thing. But there are this thing with Rajapalayams and Bombais can be kept as not an apartment. If you have an individual, apartment
In
is
urban
tough.
life.
But
Yeah.
individual houses, if you have an individual house in an urban area or in a city, you can have Rajapalayams, you can have Bombays. They are not very tall to run. They can move with that whatever area there. Now, a lot of people are now lately taking Rajapalayams and Bombays in cities or big cities are taken in the building. And I come across also, they're taking some other hounds like Chipipare caravans. Also, they kept, but yeah, I can see people keeping industrial. They'll have a factory sites they're keeping as a guard dog. Before they used to take Doberman as a thing. In cities, for guard dog, when they have more place in the industrial area, they're keeping like caravans and Chipipare Kanni is being kept. For urban area, I advise people for more Rajapalayams and Bombays are much better because they don't disturb
Yeah.
noisy.
Slightly
They're not
small, like size wise also they are slightly smaller than your caravans
smaller. Yes.
and
And
your
they're not
Doberman.
much howling character. They don't have much howling character also. But other breeds, surely they have howling. But howling is a character, but people think bad of it.
No, that's true. That is very, as I said, it's very common with all hounds. Hounds
Yes.
don't bark; they howl.
Oh, that's it.
So
That's it.
yeah, that is
And,
true. Yeah,
and you have 2, 3 dogs, they'll start singing very well.
singing
Which
very
is true.
well.
We call it singing, but people don't understand.
People don't understand. That is true, doctor. That's true. So, I mean, like in a sense, being sight hounds, it is usually said that Indian breeds are not good with other pets, like cats, birds, and rabbits, etc. What would your views be on this? Because I've seen your kennel and your house. You have a lot of pigeons, and you have a lot of Indian breeds as well. Do they mix?
Of course, it's true because it is hounds and it is still not so much into domesticated. You can say no, only they're coming in. So they're always attracted to something new. They want to catch the bird. They want to catch a fowl. They have 80%, 80%. I can say 20% they would have domesticated well and trained well, but 80% they don't go very well with any other pets because they have the hunting character. So they want to catch them, they want to chase them. It is the character. So what I advise is mostly they will not get into use with any other pets. And even now only they are getting socialized with other small breed of dogs also. Usually they are dominant, they'll try to bite the small breeds of dogs usually. When you keep them. Since I have so many, I'm into mainly toy breeds, having these hounds with me. Now as I grow up, yes, I see that when I buy a new toy, when I brought some new dogs from outside, they are not very easy, they're not socialized with any small dogs at all. They want to catch them, they want to bully them. That is, they have the character. So I not that. Whereas again, optional is that you go to this Rajapalayam and Bombay, they can go little better compared to the other side also because they are herding dogs. They were used, they're used to guard sheep. They used to keep into herd of sheep or fowls in duckeries and everything. So they were little better compared to those other things.
Right.
Bombay, they were kept in guarding. We'll have a large sheep in rural area. They'll have sheep from inside the farms. So they'll have 3, 4 Bombays just kept along with them. So they were better compared to these Kanni, Chipipare and Caravan Mudals.
We have another question from Mr. We have a question from one of our viewers, Mr. Chetan. I just put it up on this thing. Oh, it's a big question. Thank you, Jay. And says, hi, sir. Not sure if the question was asked. As we know that Dr. Ravi has done a lot for native breeds, but what I would like to know is the status after after the Rajapalayam was examined in the Silicon City show, or what are the challenges to get the recognition? What are we still lacking but improving on breeding, or give set standards for breed details and such? So he is basically asking what is the
see the standard the day when we were putting up that 78 dogs in Silicon City Club, we have to gather the dogs from from various people to show our committee chairman who was coming there to show. So he found little, and the size difference of the dog was raised on that day. Why it differs, but that day it was the first time taking so many dogs. Now the standard, the males, we have standard. They are almost, you can find them now. It is from 27 to 28 inches. You can find a lot of dogs that come up. At that day, we would have seen few dogs with smaller than this thing. So that was one of the drawbacks at that day when we showed the dogs. Now We go into the village, you'll find a lot of dogs in good standards that maybe we are not able to bring them, everyone. Bringing dogs from rural places, taking from a breeder and getting into our place is not easy job. So we have the question and we have a good standard. Now it is a very good standard. Moreover, as he said, what is lacking now is the DNA. The DNA is not very easy to be done immediately. They need 5 generations of DNA. That's what it has gone, and the process it is already in Madras Veterinary College, and almost I think now we have crossed more than 50% of that work. Once the Rajapalayam gets over, then it will be very easy for us to go in caravan and.
So that is the timeline. So basically, the DNA typing is what taking time, and that is the timeline that is in another year or two. We should have these dogs in the international arena.
We are following it. We will take very seriously next few days. When next everything gets free, we'll go sit behind them and we do the start doing it.
Follow up to his question. There's another question also. Mr. Chetan has asked. So if the breed is recognized, would it be considered in Group 10 as Sighthound? Why Sighthound? So where will this dog go into, doctor? That is what this.
Yes, once it comes into, as you said, once it's only in India we are having a Group 11. Nowhere in other countries we never have Group 11 at all. To just promote this breed in our country, we have made this. It is, you can say it is fully for India. Our own thing have done it because our hounds were not able to compete with Afghan or a Whippet in those days. So we made. But once it is recognized by FCA, we'll go to Group 10. This will be in Group 10 only, not extra. We will Group 10 only.
Oh, we had one of our offline questions as well, Doctor. I think you have seen this. I think it's one Mr. Satish Arul. It's asked about the double colors, multiple colors and double colors, which is Caravan Hound has got it, but it is acceptable by the Kennel Club. Why are Chippy Parai and the other breeds doesn't have? Why are the double colors are not getting accepted in the Kennel Club for Chippy Parai as such, and Combay for the matter of fact?
Okay, sir. See, as he said in Combay, we have seen a few. There are very few brindles we have seen there. There are breeds in brindle also. Sometimes throwbacks are coming. But when we go into standards of more, when we collect a number of dogs, we have 90% of our breed is in same. They are black mask and red rich in color. They're called. That is the color we have. More than 90%. This only color is found in India or in South Tamil Nadu. So when we go into standards, we see the majority, and we talk to the breeders, ancient breeders, and they all see the KCA never goes and does the standards by itself. We study with the ancient breeders, and was kept for not just lately, more than 50 years, 60 years. There are breeders. We have gone to ancient breeders. So we ask them, we find out from them what it is, and we through collecting with 10. Each standard is done by talking to 10 senior breeders, not by the latest people. And we found that in Combay, only 80% of the dogs were same color. So we said this was the color in Combay. Regarding Chippy Parai, very good. See, Chippy Parai, 80 to 90% is the plain colored ones. We don't see much patches at all. See, in a show, I have seen, I'm going to, when I go to certification camps, when every 100 dogs, I find 1 or 2 patches coming into it. When we talk to the breeders, they say the throwback of breeding is that this. So when we standardize, you have to see, any club has to standardize their dogs. So you have to have the color standards. So the KCA, when we talk to the seniors and elders who are breeding with us, they say these were the throwbacks. When we breed into certain breeds, other breeds like Chippy Parais were bred with Caranon, then they get patches or sometimes brindles. So it is when thorough breeding, they never got that. So when we talked and we got the idea from the seniors, so we made the standards of plain color, having a plain color. So the club did not have a chances of seeing a brindle or patches. Very few we saw in any certification camps. That's the reason we did not have that.
Okay. So, to get an idea, Sir Doctor, where do you find the breed standards for these dogs? I mean, is it easily accessible? Will you be able to get these breed standards for all these dogs, or at least for the 3 common breeds that you told, right? the Caravan, the Moodle, and the Rajapalem. Can people get access to the breed standards of these dogs to know
Yes.
about?
Yes. Now, lately, KCA, we had before all was there were breed standards in KCA, not basically written in those days. Within maybe another 6 months, there will be a book called the Indian Breed Standard, Indian Dog Breed Standard. We'll have a separate book on it, and it will be with the KCA. Every clubs and the judges will be circulated, and we will also post it in the KCA standards. Every within updated standards of every breed will be there in another 6 months. In you can go in the net and collect from the KCA in future. Now we are already almost we are coming 2 to 3 breeds have been updated, and
Okay.
lately with all will be updated within
So
6 months.
all the 7 breeds will be having their proper breed standards.
Updated one. Yes.
Okay.
We'll
So
have the
the breed
updated one.
updated versions. Okay, that will
Updated.
be great, Doctor.
Within
Uh,
6 months, it will be published in KCA
it will
website.
be published in
Yeah.
KCA. So will that also be available in the Kennel Gazette as well? I'm presuming.
Yes, surely it will be done. And we'll also have a printed book on it that will be
Okay.
circulated to the all the recognized clubs, our judges, and even in future, if the people, the breeders are interested, can get it from our native breed club. We will promote that to be given to them also.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Doctor. We're just about running out of time. Just to sum up a lot of things, Mr. Bipin had asked, we had one of our viewers, regular viewers, Mr. Bipin, asking what is the best for breed for showing. Mr. Bipin, I would say any dog is the best breed for showing. I don't think there's only
Because
one.
I got each one interest.
Yeah, that is exactly. It is it's a very one man's perspective in terms of what is the best breed for showing. I would say any dog which is good, which is actually a good breed for showing as such. So, and yeah, I mean, you just have to love the dog. That's about it. So showing it, you just have to love it. At the max, thank you so much, Doctor. And there are people, Mr. Kumar has asked how we can get in touch with Dr. Ravi. Dr. Ravi is available in all the social media platforms like Facebook and Insta and stuff like that. So you can definitely reach out to him. The Kennel Club has got the details of Anamalai Kennel Club as well. So the phone numbers are listed there as well. So you can always reach out to him. He is a man who is an authority on Indian breeds. So that's the reason why we got him in here today to have this discussion about Indian breeds, clear out a lot of myth, and educate people on what exactly the Indian breeds are all about. So thank you so much, Doctor, for spending this valuable time with us and sharing these
You're welcome.
wonderful details with us. And thank you, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another live chat in the Madras Kennel Club platform with Dr. Ravi. Stay tuned. Next week we have somebody lined up. We will put it up shortly in our Facebook pages to figure out. So you will know who's going to come in for our next chat session. It will also be interesting one. So don't worry about that. Thank you so much. The need of the hour is basically to stay home, stay safe. So my humble request to everybody: please stay home, please stay safe, and we will catch you soon in another 3 or 4 days' time with another interesting topic and another wonderful speaker. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Siddharth, for everything. You have done very good job doing this and giving awareness to all the doggy people. I also request all the doggy, please stay home, be safe, and any doubts you can come and call me. My numbers are in the Indian Kennel Gazette. You can call and get clear. Thank you.
To all the people who are not able to answer your questions in the live chat session, we will definitely give you an answer offline for sure. And thank you so much, sir. Good evening and thank you.
Bye.